Independent grind powered by Tech 9.
All right, we're on the phone with Archibald Slim. You may know him from Awful Records. We really appreciate you coming on the show. What's good, man?
Ain't shit at all, man. I'm just chilling.
Are you
other shit going on.
Are you still staying in Atlanta?
Yeah, I'm still down here. I've been back and forth between here and New York all year, but I've been here for about 2 months.
Okay. Do you have a spot down there?
Shit, not no more. You'll be surprised, man.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, man. I was living with Ethereal. He on Awful Records too.
Yeah.
But it was like they was going through it with their landlord, man. We was in the house one day. Police just kicked the door in.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, that was like a week ago.
Just you guys getting too wild or what?
Nah, man. Like, their landlord just was retarded. Like, the house was already fucked up.
Yeah.
And the other homeboy was fixing it. And we was like, bro, stop fixing shit. Like, the landlord won't fix it. Fuck it. Just stop paying him. And we just stopped paying him.
Is there
Hey, fucking around. They came to evict us, and it was like, that shit wasn't a regular eviction. They kicked the door in. I wanted to go, like, they was banging on the door. I wanted to go open the door, and they was already in the house with the guns out.
Damn.
Yeah, that shit was wild.
I didn't even know they brought police to evictions. Is there still an awful?
I mean,
awful
they're not supposed to do it like that. You said what now?
Is there still an Awful House in Atlanta, or I guess what you guys call an Awful House?
I mean, that was it right there.
Oh, it was. Okay.
That was the last one. Yeah.
Is most of the crew
not right
still
now.
there
It ain't
in Atlanta?
Say again.
Is most of the crew still in Atlanta?
Me, Slug, Ethereal, Archibald Slim, Micah Freeman. All right. Yeah, it's most of us still here. The only one I think that moved is Fat. Apper's still here too. She just be on the road a lot.
Yeah. So what do you do? What do you do when you take trips to New York?
Nothing really. I mean, it's the same thing I do here. I stay with my homeboy, record, smoke, drink, go fuck around in the city, go to events, little shit here and there.
Yeah. You just dropped a 3-song EP. VERITAS, is that how you pronounce it?
VERITAS.
VERITAS, okay.
It's truth in Latin.
Okay. Was this
the cover is supposed to be the statue of the Greek goddess that they named it after.
Was this like a planned release, or was this something that you just wanted to put together and put out?
I mean, it was. I had it for a minute. I just was like waiting on the right time to start dropping music again. Because it'd been like a year and some change since I put something out. I think that was like October, but I've been had it for a minute. I just was trying to wait. I didn't want to just start throwing music out again, so I tried to start with something little. The 3 songs. I'm probably gonna drop another one in like a month.
Okay. Do you have a different approach now when dropping music compared to what it used to be?
I'm trying to be more tactful because I used to just make the songs and just put them out. Like I was dropping like a tape a month every month for like 8 months.
Yeah.
But then I was doing that, and then they wasn't really getting the attention I wanted them to get. So instead of just throwing them out and being like, "Oh, it's out there, you go find it," I'd rather organize it and drop it right and have some visuals and actually put some kind of push behind it so they just out. Like I don't like just writing music just for nobody to listen to it. Like I don't just be in there freestyling just saying shit. I actually take time to put work into my shit. I don't want to just throw no more shit out.
Yeah, I think you can definitely notice that with this EP. Are you guys allowed to just kind of drop whatever you want, or as far as like Awful Records goes?
To an extent, like shit not the same.
Yeah.
Like to an extent, like when we first started doing it, like there was no structure, there was no management, there was no actual label, there was no lawyers, there was none of that, so we could do what we wanted. But for it to actually get like, I guess what you would call a label push, you actually have to go through everybody else. So it just depends on how patient you can be.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been patient for like a year. I'm kind of getting impatient.
I mean, you guys obviously are still popping, but do you like it better that kind of Awful Records has slowed down a little bit as far as, you know, you guys aren't as much in the limelight as you used to be, where you'd had to be doing this show and that show all the time? Like, you can kind of do what you guys want.
I mean,
now?
I would rather be doing this show and that show.
Yeah.
Ended up doing a lot of other shit I don't want to do. Like, I didn't like. It ain't even that it slowed down. It's just that people are trying to put more thought into how they put their shit out instead of just putting it out.
Yeah.
And it's like a double-edged sword, because like when we was doing it, people were still fucking with it, but it's just I don't know. It hurt, but it don't hurt. Like I rather y'all actually appreciate what I'm putting out rather than just being like, oh, he dropped another tape this month.
Right. Is Awful Records still
But it ain't
considered
never really
independent?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, we trying to go through how like WuTang did the shit. Like, they had their own shit by themselves, and then each individual artist go with their own shit by themselves and let it work like that. But it's just figuring it out.
Yeah. I guess for some people that may not know, can you describe Awful Records in like a few sentences?
Shit. I don't even know how to describe it, man. It's just a bunch of us who didn't want to do shit else, tired of working regular dumbass jobs. Then, like, we all got together and figured out we could actually make music. So we just started putting music out.
Has anything
like, we
changed?
would be in the house, like, just bouncing ideas off each other. One person to make a beat, start rapping. Everybody get on the song, or it'd be like three people here, 3 people in another room. Like, at one point, it was like 3 different houses we was going to. So it's like certain people in certain houses, you just bounce from house to house just making songs. That's why it was so many.
Are you guys still I think that was like the fascinating thing about you guys, is that there was so many of you guys that were just all like putting out shit, and like every video, like you guys would all be in it. Are you guys still like all kind of working together? And like, I know like at one point, like Father was doing like a lot of the mixing. I know like Slug does mixing and shit. You guys all like somewhat produce for each other. Is all that work?
It
still
was
going
actually
on?
like all the first, like, up until probably like mid 2015, I was actually the one doing most of the mixing. Like, Slug mixed his own shit, Ethereal mixed his own shit. With everything else, I was like, had my hand in a little bit.
Okay.
And we got another engineer named John Wade. He was doing the rest of it, but a lot of that was me. But people don't even know that because I don't really talk about it.
Yeah, no, I hadn't heard that either. Props on that. So you still mix your own shit, or?
Yeah. But I'm trying to change that. I would rather have somebody who actually went to school for it do it.
Right.
But yeah, I still mix my own shit. Just because I don't like having to wait. If I want to do it, I want to have it right then and there. I could just do it my damn self.
Yeah. Are you you got to be in the perfect mindset to be like recording and shit?
Not really. Because I don't really have nothing else to do. Like, probably like the last 6 months, like the first 6 months of this year, I was in a fucked up mind state. But like, it ain't no shit I really got to do to prepare myself. Like, if I'm gonna rap, I'm gonna rap. Like, I just need to shut up when I do it. That's it.
Yeah. So what have you guys been up to as far as Awful's been concerned? Like, are you guys planning anything, or you guys all just kind of like building your own brands right now?
Yeah, it went from Awful Records to everybody trying to focus on building their own. Like, we already established that platform. Now you got to establish yourself as an artist. So we're trying to move past, like, instead of people being like, oh, it's Awful Records, you actually know everybody by name instead of just being like, oh, another Awful Records video, another Awful Records song. Because I'm sure there's people who know who Awful Records is but don't know who I am, and there's probably a lot of other artists that I could say that for. It's just trying to separate. Well, not really separate, but emphasize who you are as an artist instead of just being like, oh, we just offer records. We just a group of people. Like, it's individual artists, and everybody's music don't sound the same.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's kind of detrimental just for it to be grouped together.
Yeah, I think that is kind of crazy about you guys is that none of you guys really sound alike, like at all. Like you guys are all very, very different.
That's the wild part. I don't understand that either, for real.
Well, I think
it's for us to be like, we just around each other all day, every day. So I really don't see how we can rub off each other and start sounding the same.
Yeah, I think it's
for a good 2 or 3 years.
I think it's crazy that, like, you guys, when you guys drop songs and like when you guys used to do like a bunch of shit with each other. I mean, you guys still do, but like it would be someone's song, but I would always like I'd figure out like you had the best verse on it, or like I'd figure out about Slug because of somebody else's song that was on it. It was like never that person's song that I was like, okay, that they like killed it on it. It was like always somebody else that was like featured on it, killing it.
It was all over the place. You don't know who SoundCloud the song on. You don't know where to find that shit at. You just got to catch it when it pop up.
So was everybody on the same page when you guys were like, we're gonna, kind of focus on ourselves and kind of get that brand going?
I mean, yeah, because at some point you have to.
Yeah.
You can't just like. There's always like, oh, Awful Records on the flyer. Like, who from Awful Records? Like, they don't know who's going to be at the show because they put Awful Records and not the actual person's name. So like, oh, are you going to be at this show? I'm like, no, nigga, I'm in fucking Atlanta. That shit is in New York somewhere. I'm not up there. And people be tweeting you, asking you stupid ass questions. Like, no, like, so got to be a line somewhere for niggas to know what to look for, what they're looking for.
I specifically wanted to bring up the project Don't Call the Cops. That was like, I think that was 2015 or 2016 last year. That project 15. To me was like kind of like brought Awful back into like my circle again or whatever, just because there's been so many people blowing up. Can you take me through like that 2015 time and just like kind of what you guys were doing and everything?
Man, when I made that, like, I was doing a lot of shit I wasn't supposed to be doing. So, like, that's really where the title came from, because it was like, my house was a hub, and it's like a fucking small ass 2-bedroom apartment. And I got neighbors on every side, and it's always at least like 10 people in my house. Music playing, people smoking, drinking, making noise. Somebody come out the parking lot screaming and making noise, and like, I was just like, bro, I hope they don't call the cops. I was like, on the song, I was like, I think I hear banging. It's the folks next door, man. I think they got a baby. I just hope they don't call the cops. There's a lot of shit happening. Like, I was going through my ex. She fucked my car up. She was trying to fight me, yelling and screaming. People coming outside watching this shit. There's a lot of drugs. There's a lot of shit going on during that time. But that was like the first project I made that I actually sat down and said, okay, I'm going to make an actual project. And I tried to make it more well-rounded. Like, I got songs for like girls. There's some like just me living my life. There's some other shit like club songs. Like, I actually tried to write songs for that. The rest of them I just be in the house making beats, writing songs. And it just come out how it come out. When I get to like 10 songs, I'm gonna just put it out. But I actually thought about what I was gonna do with that one. And that was when Dexter wasn't in jail. He in jail now, but he lived in the other room. So I'd wake up in the morning, smoke, play some music. I'd write a song. He'd make a beat. He'd just be like, hey, you like this one? I'd be like, yeah. Send it to me in an email. Write another song. So that shit really was like 10 days.
Really?
Yeah.
10 tracks, 10 days.
Yeah.
The features on there, do you guys normally like record together for like features and shit even till this day?
The only feature on there I didn't record with them together was the one with Micah Freeman on it.
Okay, yeah.
But everything else, like, they was in the house with me. It was recording in the room. See, like, all that I recorded in the closet and mixed myself.
That's dope.
in the apartment with 20 people in there making all kind of noise.
Yeah, that was one thing that you guys always had was like 50 people in a
The
house.
noise in the background.
No, not you couldn't even barely tell, but you guys had every video I'd always watch, like you'd be like, all right, everybody shut the fuck up, record the verse real quick. It'd be like back to like a regular ass party going on.
I mean, huh? I don't know. I don't think nobody in there. That's my room now. And I do got a key. But not nobody in here. But say what now? Oh yeah, but like nah. See what it was like we was never really doing nothing. We were just always all together. So it's like a party while we recording. Like we already be like together, getting drunk, whatever, smoking whatever. And then like somebody might be making a beat and somebody be like, oh, let's rap on this. And 2 or 3 of us rap on it and everybody else in the room not paying attention won't shut the fuck up. So like you hear the whispering and shit in the back. But it was like it was like we didn't just say, hey, come record this verse. It'd be like we in the room already and it just happened. Like, let me know. That song, I don't know if you know that song or not. Like, that song came from me reading the text message.
No shit.
Like, the hook don't rhyme at all. The hook don't rhyme at all because somebody texted me and said, let me know if you're getting into something. And then I was like, we ain't getting into nothing but these hands in this bourbon because we was in there getting fucked up. And I started singing and they was like, hey, record that shit. And we made a whole song off of it. Like, this shit like that happened.
Were you rapping before you met the Awful members and shit?
Yeah, me and Stalin Majesty, me and him was roommates. And like I was making beats and shit, and I was writing here and there, but I wasn't really like rapping, like recording. And I met him, and he was making beats. And then he might have seen me like writing in the book one day. I was like, "Oh shit, bro, you rap? I rap too." And start rapping back and forth. So it really, that's how it happened like that. And then the year after that, I was roommates with Father. So then he started rapping, and I was like, "Oh, kind of good." And I was trying to get better, and it was like friendly competition from the beginning. And just every time we met somebody else who we fuck with, it just was like, oh, we got to be better than that. Like, it was just competition. It was a competition between 15 people.
What were you guys friends first though? Like, because it seems like you guys are all like pretty close, and you know. I
mean, we like some like is me and Stalin met because we was roommates. Me and Father met because we was roommates. And it was just like circles of friends from the outside that started gravitating more inward. So some of us was friends and some of us wasn't. And we just started meeting each other through the mutual friends.
All right. How is it now in
Atlanta? Like all over the place. Say what now?
How is it now in Atlanta? You guys get recognized and shit like that? You guys do shows out there?
Here and there. I don't really do too many shows out here. I don't think too many niggas fuck with me out here.
Musically or just you?
Both.
You guys got a bad rep in Atlanta?
Not really. But a lot of shit. Like the first 2 years, a lot of shit happened.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's just like it's just too many people want to rap. It's like big fish, little pond, small circle, small world. You're just running a lot of people.
I'm sure there was a bunch of people.
Don't like me.
I'm sure there was a bunch of people that were mad that they weren't a part of Awful, or maybe thought they were good enough to be a part of Awful.
Not really. I don't. Probably like 2 or 3.
Really?
But I don't think there's too many people that was like. I don't know, because it started off with 5 people. We was just tapping people like, "Hey, we fuck with you, come fuck with us. Like, we making music, just come on. Like, we hear what you're trying to do. Let us help." Just bringing the shit back into the circle. But it ain't really like we fuck with each other because we didn't fuck with nobody else.
Mm-hmm.
So it was nobody who was really like just trying to hang out with us and shit. It was just us. We ain't really like, at first we didn't go out and shit. We just went to each other out and fuck with each other. We didn't start going out till we started doing shows and shit. So I don't think there's nobody who was, oh man, I wish I was off records. Unless it was somebody who heard it was after the fact.
You think you think people like in this somewhat of this new wave and shit, a few years after Awful's popped off, like you think any of them really like got the influence from you guys and, you know, try to maybe mimic
I'm not
that?
gonna say no. Like, I'm not trying to be like extra or no shit, but there's plenty of people I do feel like got some shit from us. Cause like even just the way we was doing shit, like just putting shit out and throw it up there. Like you never know when shit coming out, just drop it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still people that I meet to this day. And they'll be like, I'll be in there chilling with them and shit. I don't even be thinking they be knowing nothing about music. And they'll start playing like Baka on the weekend and old shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
They be like, man, this shit was the shit. And just rapping the whole song. And I'd be like, what the fuck? Like that shit like 3 years old. 2-3 years old. And I just be like, bro, I'm tired of hearing this fucking song. But yeah, I think it's cool. That shit cool. But yeah, I definitely would say we influenced somebody. I don't know who, but it'd be wild. Because even still, I'd be like in New York. Like more people recognize me in New York than Atlanta. Like I just be on the subway and people be looking at me. I'd be like, what the fuck you looking at? Like, oh, you Archibald Slim. I ain't really want to say nothing because I ain't want to bother you. Like you staring at me, bothering me. I'd rather you just say something.
Yeah, I'm surprised like Awful Records isn't more a part of that conversation because everybody goes back to Atlanta and it's like everybody's hot now is like coming out of Atlanta and like everybody's paying homage to Atlanta. But I don't know. I feel like people don't mention Awful Records enough. Like all of you guys, like you guys kind of set that precedence of like I'm gonna record this at a party or like while we're all hanging out and this is going to be a banger type thing and like that's just how it was and like you know how I'm sure it still is. I'm just surprised a lot more people don't really pay homage, especially some of these newer guys.
I don't know, man. People do what they do. I couldn't tell you.
As far as what you got, I know you just dropped your EP, but any insight on what you got coming next or shows or anything like that you want to let us know about?
I don't have like concrete dates for shows. I'm trying to get back to that, but I've been sitting on like I'm gonna drop another EP for the end of the year. Then next year I'm gonna drop 2 full lengths, and then the year after that, like I already got like 3 or 4 projects I'm sitting on, like already done. And before Dexter went back to jail because he was in house arrest, he produced me like 12 beats. So I already got the second part of Don't Call the Cops. I'm gonna call it They Did Call the Cops.
Okay.
And they called the cops. So that's like top of the year next year. But I'm just like dropping songs here and there and like through the rest of this year just so I could keep shit going. But that's the next shit coming out.
This is the genius, Chris Calico.
Cali, baby.
Letting you know you're tuned into Tech Nine's Independent Grind on Dash Radio. Ah!